Hey guys, Andrea here. Welcome back. Today I want to talk about 3 reasons why real estate is a hedge against inflation. Stay tuned. All right, guys, let's get into it. Given the current economic trends, inflation, of course, has earned the top spot as the talk of town and in everyone's home. As inflation rises, the cost of everything goes up, and most noticeably, we're all talking about gas prices going up. But what people don't realize is it also includes real estate. So today, I'm actually going to share with you 3 tips as to why home ownership is still a savvy financial decision, especially when it comes to inflation being on the rise. Number 1, housing is an asset that typically grows in value. During periods of high inflation, you want to think through where you can put your money so it doesn't lose value. If you have extra cash, housing is commonly looked at as a good hedge against inflation. For instance, the best way to illustrate the power of home ownership is to look at this through a long-term lens. So for those of you who purchased a home about 20 years ago, you have seen a year-over-year appreciation rate of about 8.6%. All right, so depending on the area, you could be paying top dollar for your home. However, this is not necessarily a bad thing, as property values generally continue to appreciate over time. So for instance, in the greater Phoenix area from 2021 as of April to 2022 April, home values appreciated by about 11%. The best way to illustrate this is to look at it from a long-term perspective. So conservatively speaking, let's say your home values appreciated by about 5 to 6% year over year for the next 5 years. That means you would actually net $160,000 in appreciation value and wealth. Stop to think about it. When is the last time you actually had $160,000 in your savings account without actually having to work for it? Doesn't happen often. So now I know what you're thinking. What about all those homes that were impacted during the Great Recession of 2008? You will be pleased to know that based on current financial analysis, even the homes that were purchased at the peak of the housing market and bubble and crash prior to the Great Recession of 2008 are actually worth much more now than they were then. Number 2, your mortgage helps you stabilize your monthly housing expenses. For example, a fixed mortgage rate can help stabilize the largest housing expense by providing you with a fixed payment for the term of the loan. Sure, property taxes will rise and other expenses such as homeowners insurance will rise, but your monthly housing payment for the most part will not fluctuate. That certainly cannot be said about renting. Time and time again, I've received calls from friends, family members, colleagues, saying that their rent expenses are going up anywhere between $400 to $1,000 a month. That actually brings me to number 3. Buying protects you from rising rents. Homeowners are usually shielded from mounting and increasing rental prices, and that's because your costs are fixed. Regardless of what's happening in the market, as it's taking place now, tangible assets like real estate generally get more value over time, which makes buying a home a good way to spend your money during periods of inflation. Think about it. You're already paying someone's rent, or someone's mortgage rather. It's just not yours. So the person that is building that wealth is the landlord. If you rent, you won't have the same benefit and you won't be protected from the rising housing expense. As an added incentive to buy, consider today's mortgage interest rates. They are at a historical low of about 5%. Typically, what we've seen historically is your interest rates range anywhere between 8 and 12%. While inflation decreases what your dollars can buy, low mortgage rates as they are today help counteract that and boost your purchasing power so you can get more home for your money. They also keep your monthly housing expense down, and this is especially important during times of inflation periods. Bottom line, home ownership of real estate offers stability and security. The best hedge against inflation is fixed housing costs. That's why you shouldn't let inflation stop you from buying a home this year. There you have it, guys, the 3 reasons why I really believe you should not hesitate to move forward with purchasing a home. If you liked this video and found it helpful, I would appreciate it if you can give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share it with someone who might have the same questions as you do. With that being said, I will see you on the next video.